Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We've got more news today. Unfortunately, it's been very slow lately when it comes to news, especially when it comes to Mattel. Like, there has been next to nothing. It's crazy because we were flooded with so much for a little while there, and then just nothing other than the Beyond the Gates reveals. Again, we have had pretty much no Mattel news coming out, so I expect some at some point soon. I'm just not sure when, but we do have news from all sorts of other companies, so let's get straight to it. The very first thing that I want to show you guys is actually a new, well, an upcoming anyway, release from Nanmu in the Smart Series line. You can see from the silhouette here, basically what you are expecting. Again, if you are familiar with Dinosaur Revolution, you're absolutely going to know what you are looking at here. It is the Crooked Jaw Allosaurus. We are going to get a super articulated version of that Allosaurus, which is honestly insane to think about. I absolutely love that idea. I am hoping that they do release a like Jurassic World style Allosaurus, super articulated at some point, but this version is definitely super cool and something that, again, I was not at all expecting. And what's cool is not only are they giving us the Crooked Jaw version, they're also giving us that kind of like standard healthier version prior to the Crooked Jaw, which is definitely even more exciting. So two different versions of this Allosaurus, at the very least two different head sculpts. I'm not entirely sure if it's two entirely different figures, but either way, it's very exciting, and I cannot wait to see more when it comes to this release coming soon. Also, when it comes to PNSO, they have a brand new figure out, and it's definitely one I wasn't expecting. There is a Caudipteryx coming from PNSO. How absolutely crazy is that? I was not in any way, shape, or form expecting this release from PNSO, but since they seem to be like focusing on certain types of dinosaurs for a little while and then kind of moving on, boy, I can't imagine what's going to come after this, but this is a gorgeous release. Absolutely the best version of this species that I have seen yet, and I am dying to get this in my hands. It's just so different from most of what PNSO usually releases. I just cannot wait to see what this thing looks like in person. Also, speaking of new releases, of course we've got plenty of those in this video, including Haolonggood. Their Giganotosaurus has finally been revealed. There are 3 different variants. Now, we did see the Giga a little while back, but they actually ended up scrapping the figure entirely and then updating it, throwing away all of the already made figures, which makes me so sad, and then re-releasing it. But I will say they absolutely did what was best for the situation, because this version looks so much better. I think each and every version that we have here looks gorgeous when it comes to, of course, the sculpt, but also the paint apps. They did a really good job of coming up with very naturalistic color schemes overall, and you can already purchase all 3 of these, again, from Lana Time Shop, because that's exactly where I purchased mine. And then when it comes to Dino Dream, we actually have 2 full reveals for 2 brand new models. First of all, we have the Jurassic World Rebirth Mosasaurus, and look at how incredible this looks. That is by far, and without even a shadow of a doubt, the best looking version of a Jurassic World Rebirth Mosasaurus on the market anywhere. I really hope that the paint apps, once they are, officially applied to the figure and this does get released, look at least somewhat close to this, because this thing is so incredible. You can see it's gigantic as well. So this is definitely one of my most anticipated models to come from Dino Dream so far, but not to kind of discredit the next release here, because we also have the Fighting Velociraptors from the Lost World Jurassic Park. So clearly they're kind of jumping around here when it comes to their releases, not strictly focusing on Rebirth, as we now have again a Lost World Jurassic Park model coming. And I would say it's probably one of the cooler scenes in the Lost World. I wish it actually lasted longer and we got to see more of it, because we've got 2 battling velociraptors here after, they kind of fall off of the top of the building when Sarah is trying to get away, and of course they begin fighting right next to her, and we have that scene replicated really nicely here with gorgeous paint apps on both of these. Really, again, another stellar release, no doubt about that. Cannot wait to get this one as well into my collection once it is officially available. And then, thanks to Paleo Figures on Facebook, we have a look at the upcoming Boundless World Tarbosaurus, and look at how how beautiful this is. It is in 1/35th scale. I believe it is a PVC figure. There is also actually a bust that you can acquire as well, which you can see has kind of like that bronze sort of look to it, which is really cool. But this Tarbosaurus is incredible and significantly nicer than the Tyrannus that I had reviewed, which was very stylized, whereas now the Tarbosaurus here is definitely not. So another, in my opinion, must-have figure that is releasing at some point in the near future. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that there are actually brand new Jurassic World figures, and specifically Rebirth, it appears. But, you know, we have like the Jurassic World logo up there, kind of looking like Rebirth, but from Blokees, I believe it's called. I've never actually heard of this company before, but as you can see from this image, it shows off quite a few different figures, one of which being the Spino, the Stegosaurus, and stuff like, and obviously they feature articulation. I'm going to have to look into more when it comes to these figures, just to kind of get a feel for what they're like and see how excited I should be for them, but they look really good when it comes to what I see here in this image. Like, the figures look very highly detailed, and any new Jurassic World articulated figures is something I'm very interested in. So ready to find out more about these guys, but I wanted to let you guys know again so you can keep an eye out as well. And the final thing I have is something that was found on eBay, actually. We have a brand new D-Rex coming. Not just a brand new D-Rex, but also a Spino and T-Rex coming from Takara Tomy. These are those like Gashapon figures that they release, and you know, kind of like capsule figures that you'll see popping up. I actually review them quite often here on the channel, and you can see we've got 3 new figures coming for this line. I do actually have a few of these figures, and they usually end up being kind of cheap feeling. These look like they're definitely higher quality than the ones that I have, though, so very much so anticipating getting these into my hands and checking them out for you guys, but they do look pretty cool so far. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.